honor those you have lost.
This part of a new movement sweeping through the United States. These a new generation of activists. Their cause, a rejection of gun violence. Their demand that the politicians do something about it.
Our school was racked with 2 tragedies this year. It's not okay. We have elected officials whose purpose it is to help us, and they aren't doing their jobs. And it's time that we call them out for what they're not doing.
The tipping point for many was the shooting at a school in Parkland, Florida in February. At least 17 students and adults were killed by a 19-year-old who'd been expelled from the school over disciplinary problems. The nationwide protests in the wake of the shootings has morphed into more than one about gun violence in schools. Various strands of activism are coming together in what is becoming a powerful force for wider social change.
Look, and you listen even to some of the statements that were made by students or just the national debate on gun violence in general. And what you hear is a lot of demands about people doing more for controlling gun violence, controlling guns, period. But what's left out then is a discussion about how those measures, those laws, criminalize and disparately impact Black and brown communities.
Zion Kelly is one of the many who've lost a loved one to gun violence. His brother Zaire was shot dead by a mugger 90 meters from his front door in northeast Washington.
It's important for me to speak out today because so many voices have gone silenced throughout the nation and specifically in our community.
His father, Curtis, was among those who met with President Trump in the wake of the Florida shootings and spoke of the frustration in seeking change.
And it's been a fight because everybody show up for photo ops. All the politicians show up to say, we're going to get it done. We're going to protect our kids. But just a couple weeks later, school shooting.
Those here will join the hundreds of thousands who march in protest this weekend.
He would have graduated this year. So
the deep, sad knowledge shared, though, that Zaire Kelly will not be there. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.